ever felt overwhelmed but couldn't explain why? Sometimes healing isn't about talking, it's about expressing. Creative therapies like music, dance, painting, journaling, drama, and crafts offer alternative ways to release emotions and support mental well-being. Recent studies confirm this. A 2025 meta-analysis found that creative arts therapy significantly reduced PTSD symptoms in adults. And other research shows that art-based activities like drawing and painting lower anxiety and stress, while music and movement improve mood and emotional regulation. In spaces where it's hard to talk about mental health, creative therapies provide a gentle entry point. Painting helps untangle emotions, journaling brings clarity, and dance activates parts of the brain linked to balance and healing. Mental health professionals say these therapies help people express what words sometimes can't. And for many, they become long-term tools for grounding and resilience. Creative expression becomes the bridge, allowing individuals to process grief, anger, or fear without needing the right words. Today on Family Matters, Sally Limo explores the practical impact of creative therapies on mental wellness. How do they support healing? And how can they help people manage emotional challenges in an increasingly stressful world?
A very, very good morning to you and a happy new month, the month of December, month of festivities. Wherever you are joining us this morning, an amazing, beautiful day to be grateful and thankful to the Most High God. Now, this morning is Tuesday, the 2nd day of December, and we speak matters parenting. But this time we're speaking it in a very different, creative way. We'll be talking about, creative therapy and mental wellness. Have you ever thought about that? How do these two work together? How do these two complement each other? Just therapy without words, therapy through painting, through art, through music, through dancing, Let's learn together. I'm also learning. In fact, I was talking to my panel, an amazing panel of beautiful ladies right here with me, and I was telling them, for me, actually, this is like my first time hearing this, creative therapy and mental wellness, and I'm here to learn just like you. So remember to be part of this conversation. You can do that by plugging in on 20316. That's our SMS line, or 0786316316. That is our WhatsApp line, and get to be part of this amazing, beautiful, informative conversation with me in studio are two ladies, Karimi and Elizabeth, and they'll be introducing themselves shortly just to help us get and dive into the conversation. Karibuni sana, ladies. Thank you so much for making time to be here. I'll start with you, Elizabeth, to introduce yourself. Then we come to Karimi.
Hi. Good morning. My name is Elizabeth Havulani. I am a counseling psychologist, and I'm so glad to be here today. Getting to know that we are going to talk much more about creative therapy, because there's one thing I admire about human beings, and that is uniqueness. And when we're talking about creative therapy, that is what we're going to explore more. So I'm really, really looking forward to also listening to our audience and what they have in regards to creative therapy. Asante sana.
Karibu sana. Thank you so much. Karibu, Kate.
Thank you very much for having us, Sally. My name is Karimi Motai. I run a performing arts academy, and I'm so sure people may wonder why dance and mental health. The Dance and Arts Academy is called Himlets. We are based in Eastlands, near Estate. We train skills and techniques. And the connection in between mental health and the performing arts is because the activities which are in the Performing Arts Academy are the alternative therapies to mental health. I repeat myself. Alternative therapies to mental health. Things like drawing and painting, the dancing, talk about the music. Even we have adapted storytelling as part of art therapy. Yes.
I'll just start with you right there. Then how did you come up with this idea of starting this amazing, the concept of it? How did you come up with it?
As I've said, the academy involves a lot of activities, namely like dancing. I looked at it as a common language, activities which are common language to everyone. I'm so sure when I talk about dance, something is going to reckon to your mind.
Absolutely.
If some music was played right now, we all of us wake up.
We'll tap something,
and dance.
yeah.
So the activities offer a safe space for people to come and express themselves without really the coercion of, describing how they feel. So them being crowd pullers, they're able now to bring people to a place where they feel safe. And out of it now, the point of expression comes in and healing takes place without knowing.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Now, traditionally, we use, words. How then does this creative therapy fit perfectly into the broader, holistic mental wellness space?
Wow, okay. When it comes to creative therapy, the first thing that is very essential about it is the aspect that each and every individual is unique. When we talk about dance, of course it's therapy, so you're not going to be told how you need to do it, but you'll just come and dance. And when we're talking about dance, it's movement to some beats or just movement. There need not to be beats, you can just be moving. So you'll find that as compared to talk therapy, maybe there's a guidance of how you're doing it. And when we're looking at creative therapy, there's something we call free association, where you freely express yourself. There's no one who's going to judge you how you're going to move or how you're going to draw. Like even when we're doing art therapy, there's no art that is not good art because it's creative therapy. So you're allowed to freely express yourself without any judgment. And another thing is that in the process, you also get to be self-aware. You'll find clients who come in, they are new to all these things, but the moment they start dancing, they are aware of, oh, I can do this, I can be able to express myself, I am a good artist. They also get to connect with their inner self, they also get to connect with the world because there's connection. Since it's therapy, it's the client and the therapist. So there's a dance therapist, or there's an art therapist, or there's a play therapist for the children. So you find there's this connection that is created. Yes.
Now, how then does not even how, but do you believe, Karimi, that the body can hold emotions, and then how can now the movement help the body release this better as compared to talk therapy, for example?
Absolutely. The body holds emotions. Quite. What the mind forgets, the body stores. Sometimes, Sally, you may feel maybe you want to do something, but the body is telling you otherwise. Your mind is ready to do it, but your body is telling you otherwise. So it's actually said now what the mind forgets, the body stores. And now when you get into intentional movement, as Elizabeth has said, when you get to a guided kind of a movement, that tension, that emotion tends to loosen up. And so you find when now doing the expression, or rather when you're actively in the creative therapy, somehow the body breaks down what is inside. Because this is not the mind this time round. This is the body in activity. So you find now that dance movement, that art movement, that alternative therapy gives the body a pathway to release and to heal. Yes. So it actually combines now. We're not forgetting the mind because that actually the store of everything. But the connection of the mind and the body, now the body which is moving. Remember when you're doing the conventional or the traditional way of counseling or the talk therapy, here is like a mind game. But now when you're using the dance movement therapy or art therapy, alternative therapy, this is the body which is in activity. It's active. So it's telling the body, I'm putting in something good and throwing out something bad, or that is something which is not good. Let me give an example like confidence. We have found very many clients who come in and their confidence is quite low. They're not even able to express themselves. But as we progress in the dance, as we progress in the activity, they actually get to a point in psychology we call exploration. They even become more creative than you. The creativity pops, the confidence pops.
Wow.
So yes, it is true that the body keeps emotion, and the only way to throw that emotion out is through a physical activity or an engaging activity.
The body doesn't lie.
It doesn't lie.
Absolutely.
So
the moment you start dancing, it's either you're enjoying that music or you're just pretending to, right?
Yes. Sure, yes.
I just want to know, Elizabeth, how do the two of you then complement each other? And you will talk about it as well as Karimi to speak about it. How do the two of you complement each other and balance things out?
Yeah, so Karimi is a dance therapist and I am a counseling psychologist. She's very good at dance. In fact, in a form party, sometimes
I think we need to create that kind of space. I know. We
need to like make it very actual.
Right.
What I learn from whatever she does is that there's much that people can express as compared to just sitting down and talking with them. And then I've also learned that for my space, I offer a safe space. Like here, we might be having a safe space here. But for Karimi, she offers a safe space in herself. Because for dance therapy, you have to feel safe in yourself. You know, unaanza ku move, like, you know, sometimes you feel like, am I really moving well? But the moment you get to the exploration stage where you're now into the dance, you don't even care who's looking at you. So for her, it's more of me and myself. And for me, I am really trying to help you connect with yourself. You understand? So another thing I've also observed from whatever she's doing, it's really been helpful specifically for teenagers and adolescents and children, because at this stage that's when they are trying to get to know more about themselves. They want to fit in, they want to understand what's my hobby. And I believe any child, when you take them, most children, not any child, because children are different, most children, if you take them to a group where people are dancing, even that which doesn't know how to dance, they would want to join in dances. So it really, really helps the social connection, which if I am to engage in to help people in social connection now, instead of doing individual therapy, for her she could do an individual therapy and bring in that social connection. Personally, I have now to get a group therapy to bring in that social connection. So for dance therapy, it really carries a lot. The art therapy, the play therapy, and even the music therapy.
Wow. Karimi, could we also hear from you, from your own perspective, what then balances out the two of you? How do you complement each other?
That's a very sweet question. And I think it's good that you hear, because I always repeat to you every time that, you know, it's one thing to be a psychologist. It's another thing to be an artistic psychologist. One thing about Elizabeth is that she was able to understand the world of arts and how the same can be used to the mental wellness. Not just knowing, but doing it. Leave alone the way she's saying I'm a dancer. With time, she has become a good dancer.
Wow.
So how we complement each other is that she understands what the mind and the body is, and us now we offer the skill and the technique in line to that particular body and mind. Remember, Sally, this is not just dancing. And here we're not saying like you must be a good dancer. We are talking about intentional, expressive movement. They are very intentional. At the same time, they are very expressive. Expressive in a way that you're able to feel your hand, and you're able also to feel the rhythm of the music. If it is rough, you know that may be a rough moment of life. If it's then slow, it indicates calmness. So Elizabeth has been able now to marry the texture and the tone of the rhythms, the arts, the music, the drawing into mental wellness very, very well.
Is it a structured kind of dance, for example, or is just, you know, you guide them? For example, where I come there, do you guide us on what to do, or I just come with my own moves? However my body goes is okay, or is it structured?
It is not structured. It's not structured, because if we put a structure in it, then it'll make very many people
we express ourselves differently.
Yes. So we usually put it like a freehand, but of course you must be guided. And these skills and the techniques are not complicated. If for example, I'm moving my hand like this, every person is able to move their hand. And the music is playing slowly. You're able to move the other hand, you're able to twist your head. So it is not structured at all, but we make sure we move again. We are guided, as much as it's not structured. We are also guided by the texture and the tone of the dance.
Yes. Now, you know, as you speak, I'm just wondering, like, the normal traditional, the talk therapy, for example, I'll come to you because I have an issue to deal with, right? But here, you know, for children, for example, probably there's nothing they need to talk to you about. Is it a must for them to have an issue, or they just come and through that you'll be able to pick out that, you know, there's an issue here and build confidence, stuff like that? How does it work?
Wow, and that's a good question. And also, just to let you know that they have a lot to talk about, is that they don't know how to articulate it. Now, when it comes to dance therapy, they are able to articulate themselves. Because we have dance that allows children to, like, you tell them, move around as though you're angry, move around as though you're sad, move around as though you're sad, and you're happy, and you'll be able to see the intensity of the sadness according to the move. Or you'll be able to see the intensity of anger according to the moves, especially when they get into the music. Because the music starts very slow and then it becomes intense, very low volume, and then it becomes intense. Same to children who have PTSD. Children are very different as compared to adults. Articulating even emotions can be a bit challenging because they don't know, they are not really aware of what sadness is, what anger is, unless they're psychoeducated. So you find that you can tell a child to draw how they feel today. And then you can see, you can literally interpret as an art therapist that this child is sad. Or this child is angry. And on the other hand, you can ask them, and then, what made you draw this face? And then they're able to tell you, it's because this and this happened. Now you're able to connect the emotions that the child is feeling and what they have drawn. And even in that moment, you can teach them, you can let them know, now, you see what you've drawn? This depicts sadness. And people feel sad when this and this happen. You normalize the emotions and all that. So having the art therapy, the music therapy, the play therapy, because also play really helps a lot. You can tell a parent to observe their children playing. You've seen children, I don't know if we all had that stage where we could talk to someone who was not there, and they're like telling you, you must pillows and all that. You know, you see, like for that, it tells how what the child is learning at home, because children learn from observation. So maybe they'll talk to that imaginary person as though how their mom talks to them, or how their dad talks to them, or they say this is the father and the mother. Now the mother is talking to the father. Now that child is depicting what the mother does when he's talking to the father. So you're able to pick a lot from whatever the child is doing, other than whatever they are saying. Because when you ask them, how are you today? I'm fine. Even when you see the face, it's
the
not
usual,
fine. So you have to be more artistic, you have to be more playful for the children to be able to express themselves.
And I like what you just said. That's a very simple question. How are you? Most of us just say, I'm fine. But are we really fine? So it also, you know, it goes to the adults as well. Let's speak about painting, because I know you also do, you know, painting, and I think we have something that probably the director at some point will be running for us on our screens. How are you able to depict mood, you know, a certain mood through the painting? And I think we'll be having that running as, you know, we talk about this, the painting therapy. Right.
Now, we usually say in the painting world, or the painting and the drawing world, every stroke is a healing stroke. Every stroke is a healing stroke. Depending on what we have, like for example, our last episode was last Friday in a school, because we offer these services to schools. we had given a gallery of like pictures so that they can choose from, and they can choose from what they relate. And we also give a leeway people to draw abstractly.
Okay.
Just
Nothing,
an abstract. You draw from your mind. And how then do we see an emotion in a picture? Number one, let me just give an example so that the audience can understand.
Right.
Number one, the color. Sometimes you might see someone choosing so dark and dull colors.
Yeah.
That of course depicts something. It speaks maybe this person going through sadness or a rough time. There's one time we went to an event and we are engaging children. And that child just took the paint, dipped the hand in the paint and did, you understand? On the canvas. That now again can depict a lot of confusion, a lot of tension. So at the end of the day, the texture of the portrait or the paint that you're drawing, the color, all right, the colors in terms of how bright are they, how dark are they, what is it a balanced portrait, is it a balanced picture? It speaks a lot. So we are able actually to learn so many emotions. Like maybe Elizabeth, you can support me on this or you can add on this. Sometimes when there's so much imbalance in your mind, you even try to hold that brush. It cannot.
It's not stable.
Yes, it's not even so stable. Sometimes when you try to hold in, like paint in, filling in on the canvas, the paint is dripping. That confusion right there. So we're able to read so many things out of a painting. Yes, so many things. After we draw, usually do a gallery walk.
Okay.
Sometimes you can choose to do a gallery walk individually, or you can have maybe like, when you're doing the group therapy, we develop support groups.
Okay.
Within the group therapy, we develop supports. And sometimes when you're doing the gallery, you can either go alone as you reflect on what you have drawn, and you also see what others have drawn. Because you also learn from what others have drawn.
Absolutely.
Other times now, when, for example, you're working with Elizabeth, maybe Elizabeth might ask me, what motivated you to draw this particular picture? That becomes a point of reflection. Because even as I speak to her, my mind is processing why I was doing that. In that moment now, healing starts taking place. Remember, Sally, we are not saying that this healing will take space instantly. No, but some weight is lifted. And the journey continues. Because healing is not a one-time event.
It's not linear, they say.
No, it's not linear.
Wow.
Yes, it's repeated over and over again. So you're able to read the emotions from what you've drawn.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I think our, my director actually has several pictures which should be running on our screens right now. But even as we talk about that, when you're working with groups, a group, for example, or individual, which one, is there a difference in the way people express themselves in a group and also individually? Because she was talking about that there's like a group work sometimes, you have a group of people, then there's also that individual one-on-one. Which one works best?
Wow, I would say that it works best according to the individual.
Okay.
And because there's someone who'll thrive in groups because maybe they are extroverts. So they prefer being in a group where someone can see my art, someone can see how I'm moving. And there's someone who thrives in their own space. So they prefer a dance therapist with themselves or an art therapist with themselves. But now the difference between engaging creative therapy in group and individual therapy is that in group therapy, there could be more judgment as compared to individual therapy. Because as much as we say, when we are beginning our therapies, we usually talk about confidentiality, we usually talk about non-judgmental, We usually say that hakuna soko yenye haina
Windows
one
in
person.
yeah.
Yeah, so you just talk about confidentiality, but you find someone else goes and shares, and you say, and you know it's a group. You know, as a therapist, you're not going to do anything to the client, and so the confidentiality can be breached in group as compared to individual, and then in group now it depends with the personality of an individual. If someone thrives in a group of people, then they are more likely to do it well in art therapy in a group. And on the other hand, if they thrive individually, then they're able to do it on their own.
All right.
Yes.
And what happens in a typical session, Karimi? Because there's writing, there's painting. Do all these things, how do you, I mean, I've come to you as your client. What happens? This is a typical therapy session. What happens?
Depending on what we are doing that particular day, the structure comes in, again, guided by the activities. I want to give examples because this world of dance movement therapy is like a new frontier.
Yeah.
People are trying to understand it. A typical day where there are many activities, we start with psychoeducation, bringing people to speed. What is it that we are dealing with? Yeah. Then from psychoeducation, and at that particular psychoeducation, we are educating people, it's okay not to be okay. You don't have really to be someone else. Right. But if you're not okay, Sally, it's okay. It's okay. Right? Then from there, we branch into groups, what we call group therapy. From group therapy now is what now we form what Elizabeth said, support. We talk as a group. We share as a group. As you share your own story, I'm looking and seeing, hey, I'm better off. As someone else shares, says, my God, I thank you, God, because mine is a bit lighter.
So here it's talk therapy now?
Yeah, yes, talk therapy. Okay. We are actually supporting one another. Okay. We even share some sort of questions and answers. Out of it now, we are able now to like heal because we are sharing our own stories here. And there's no coercion. There's no coercion at all. Then from there, we can either take a break, a tea break, a water break, or a bathroom break. Then now we come again. We engage now the group into a sort of an orientation dance. We want now to break the monotony of the talk, the sitting. After we do the dance, remember it is not any other dance, Sally. It is intentional and yet very expressive dance. It's not, we are not in a dance hall. It's very, very intentional. Here you must feel yourself, Sally. You like it or not. Yeah. You must feel yourself. Then now from there, after the dance, we enter again into a reflection moment. Okay. What is it that we are feeling? Are you feeling any better? Is there anything that you feel as checked off? And by that time, people have bonded enough and the truth will start coming out without even knowing, Sally. Really? Yes. It's so magical. Wow. And I wish the world can know that. It's very, very magical. Interesting. Then from there, maybe we can enter into another session. We do our lunch. Usually the drawing and the painting comes in the last. Okay. Because it takes quite of time to arrange the canvases, put in the paints, wax, and that, and instructing people. Yeah. Then from there, after, remember we prior send the gallery for choosing, and those who want to draw abstractly, they can do. They can draw abstractly. So from there now we indulge in painting. As we paint, there is no talking, Sally. Here you become mindful. You immerse yourself into that. Yes. You become so mindful. You forget the world. Wow. You forget, I forget if I'm a mother. I forget if I'm a wife. I'm an employer or I'm an employee. A CEO. That world falls off. Why? Because it is pin drop silence. Wow. Only some soothing, nice background music. We actually do on classical instrumental. Wow. Anything that doesn't brush or bruise our emotions again. Yes.
I'm already feeling like I'm in that space. This is just sounds so beautiful and calming.
Yes.
And I am, you know, because actually you've just answered my question very cool. I thought probably day one when I come, it's about music, only music, then painting the next day, but you've explained it so well. But let's take a break, because this really, we were getting deeper and deeper, and I almost forgot to go for a break. Anyway, we'll take a very short break as Hannah speaks to us as a mental wellness therapist. Let's listen in to what she has to say, and then we'll be right back with much more with Karimi and Elizabeth. What an amazing conversation. This is what we call informative conversation and free consultancy right here. Anyway, keep it right here. We'll be right back after this. And remember to plug in on 20316, SMS line 0786316316. That is our WhatsApp line. Send in your questions, comments, and concerns.
Before I tell you who I am, let me remind you who you are: whole, worthy, and still becoming. That's the heart of every conversation I hold as a counseling psychologist, a CBT counselor, and a mental health champion. I'm Karuga Hannah Wanjiru, and you're there asking yourself, Hannah, how do I go about a toxic relationship? So it's very important for you to realize that, number one, it's okay not to be okay. All right? It's okay to not be okay. I'm stressed, I'm depressed. It's okay not to be okay. Number two, therapy, people pay for therapy, but again, therapy is affordable. But what if you cannot be able to afford therapy? There are things that I will want to give you free tips. Number one is journaling. Number two, there are techniques like the 5-4-3-2-1 technique. And this is something I usually tell people, that you can never ever see your reflection in boiling water. When the water is calm, clarity comes. So 5 stands for 5 things I can see, 4 things I can touch, 3 things I can hear, 2 things I can smell, and 1 thing I can taste. What happens if, or rather what happens in that period where you're stressed, depressed, anxious, and all that? It's not the present season or the present moment you're in that's making you stressed, depressed, or anxious. It's only that your brain has really traveled way back. This technique, the 5-4-3-2-1 technique, will help you to be at the present, and therefore you are able to see clarity. You're able to see you're able to feel relaxed, you know. So the other thing is water. It's very important. You have seen us sipping water. Don't sip that way. You see how you take water when you're thirsty? It's very good for you to take it at a go. That will help you to feel relaxed, calm, and all that. The last thing is seeking therapy. Seeking therapy is very important. It might be they charge, yes, but there are other free services people offer. Other these NGOs who offer free services. So it's very important for you to go and seek help from there. And remember, again, you are whole, worthy, and still becoming. Please never ever give up. And again, one thing that I wouldn't want to forget is that we should know that there are so many things we cannot control, and it's high time we find peace with that. There are things you cannot control, and there are things you can control. What can you control? How do you manage your stress? How are you going to create that safe environment for yourself? So it's very important for you to always remember that there are things you cannot control, and there are things you can control. Thank you very much. Be blessed.
Amazing feedback right there from Hannah, our Gen Z therapist. I've hosted her here before. She gave us amazing tips, you know, those wisdom nuggets from that young lady. And she says, seek therapy. And that's what we're speaking about here this morning. And not the traditional one only. We also have something we're talking about this morning: creative therapy and mental wellness. So I have the 2 experts with me in studio. They're giving us amazing content, amazing information, eye-opening information, you know. So you can't afford to not be part of this conversation. Like I've requested you, please plug in. 20316 is our SMS line. 0786316316 is our WhatsApp line. And remember, all this is being done through your partnership with us, your collaboration with us as a collaborator with Family Media. Then we are able to bring you amazing conversations like this through your support. And for you to do this, you can do that through paybill number 316316, and the account name is your telephone number. Now, let's go to our socials, ladies. Wow, there's one long one here, but I'm going to take it from Kisumu County. And this is a listener because they say, good morning, Family Radio. My name is Stephen Momondi Orowo from Kisumu County. My creative name is Momo Sisoko. I love the amazing conversation that you and the guests are having. What a coincidence, because I'm a visual artist. I'm a visual artist and mental health champion as well. I'm a creative in circular and blue economy space, basically doing upcycling, transforming plastic waste into decorative arts. Art is truly therapeutical because apart from its aesthetical aspect, it also acts as a tool for healing, help manage stress, anxiety, depression, and PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, isn't it? I lost my job in January 2025. Things were tough, but through art, I have been able to take care of my mental wellness. I also support young people manage their mental health issues through skill transfer on upcycling skills and concepts. What do you think, ladies? That's an amazing feedback, isn't it? In, you know, circular and blue economy spaces. And this is someone you can imagine if they were just to hold on to their emotions, they've lost their job, frustration. You know, I think even the talk therapy may not work as fast as the creative therapy, based on what you're talking about, isn't it? Lovely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Steve, for that amazing feedback. Then there's also someone says, good morning, Sally and the beautiful ladies. What are the unique moments or ways creative therapy heals, and how do you two work together and complement each other? We had actually talked about that, but again, you can always respond to that. And so, Elizabeth, you can take that, and Karim, if you have anything to add to that. What are the unique moments or ways creative therapy heals? Yeah.
The unique moments are where you would find someone freely expressing themselves. Because sometimes you're doing dance therapy and then someone starts crying. Or sometimes you're engaging in art therapy and then someone draws, and when you ask them about the drawing, they tend to actually, you'll see someone laugh and remember about something, or you see them express sadness. So the unique thing with this is that it allows clients to freely express themselves. If maybe if it was talk therapy, while we were talking, the emotion would catch you in when you're expressing yourself. But now for the art therapy, you tend to like, you're drawing, but you're expressing it in the process of drawing. And then just as I shared, how do we complement each other? Her being a dance therapist and me being a mental health practitioner, you find that for clients who are unable to express themselves verbally, and they shared about children, but not only children, we also have adults, especially the elderly. Okay. Yeah, they tend not to express themselves so well because sometimes they fear that judgment, or they feel like I am the one who's supposed to be sharing wisdom and not
the other way around.
So for such a moment, it really helps them in expressing themselves without feeling judged. And it also brings in some sense of autonomy. Okay. Because remember also for the elderly, sometimes, especially when now it gets to a point where you have to be taken care of, the sense of autonomy is like taken away from you. That's why sometimes you'll find an elderly person, you're trying to help them, but they're angry. Why are you helping me? Because they feel like I don't need to get support or anything. But at the same time, it's very essential. Now, the dance art therapy, when they have already drawn their own art, you find that they feel confident about it, and it brings in a sense of autonomy.
Okay.
Yes.
Fantastic. I think the question how to complement each other, you've actually responded to it. And you've talked about the elderly. Let's speak about men. Because we know that men are quite introverted, quote unquote. They don't seek help. They don't seek therapy. I don't know if you work with men, and how is their response to creative therapy?
Sally, that's a question that has really been bothering many people, and especially now the society has placed men in a level that when they express something, they express their weakness. I'm calling out men. Please break the silence. We've been having a huge challenge, Sally, and I'll be very sincere on camera, because calling out men on mental health, you must hide behind something. Let me be very real here.
Yeah,
A very candid statement, yes, is that you must hide behind masculinity.
Yeah.
You must hide behind business, investment.
Right.
It's not like women, where we call them come and we go running. But for men, it has been a hard nut to crack.
Okay.
However, we are planning to have something coming up for men in the month of February.
Wow.
And these will, of course, we shall call them in a business investment manner.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is that we are calling out them to come and express themselves. Sadly, the society has placed men in such a way that they don't speak.
Yeah. They do.
Our program is called The Unspoken.
Yeah.
The mental health, yes, called The Unspoken, denoting struggles that are sitting in here, that we are not able to express to the world because of very many factors. Let me just mention a few. And these outlines the men behave in terms of mental wellness.
Right.
Number one is judgment. You are a father, you're a leader maybe in church, you're a politician maybe, and you have got your own struggles. How will the society judge you? Number two, safe spaces.
Yeah.
Most of the men, and a few that I've talked to, they have been saying that they don't have like a safe space. Because if you look around the psychology world, Elizabeth, correct me if I'm wrong, if you find a man psychologist, that's a very unique case. True or true?
True.
We have got very many female gender psychologists than male gender.
Even when I'm looking for guests, like the psychologist men,
yes,
not very easy.
Yes. Yeah. So they feel like they don't have like the fellow men to open up to. So they tend to, what am I going to tell Elizabeth? So the safe spaces are limited.
Okay.
Yeah. Number three, maybe men are too, I find, with all due respect, they are not very fast in sharing.
True.
Sadly, I would meet you in a matatu and tell you yesterday I was hit on my cheek.
True.
Right? Because you have got that carapace that naturally builds very fast against now the men. So they find they don't have that like an easy moment of the maturity point of sharing is too slow with all due respect.
Yes.
So it is true, men out there, I know there's a cry, a silent cry, that I'm calling very many passionate mental wellness activists, or whatever name I can use, to come out and look out for men. And men, please break the silence.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, I love that. And let's speak about stigma as well, because even with this, probably also men feel, when I talk about my issues, then stigmatization. Do you think it's there? And how can we address that?
Yeah, stigma is there, and it starts with individually, the self-stigma.
Yeah.
You stigmatize yourself before the society stigmatizes you. You feel, maybe if I share, I'm going to be weak. You know, that is you stigmatizing yourself.
Yeah.
Then there's the society stigmatizing you, making maybe people talking, how they use, the language they use when they're talking about mental health conditions, the language they use when they talk about a man. You know, people saying, you know, you'll reduce your gangster points, how are you going to like express yourself among people and all that. So you find that the language people use can really, really lead to stigma. And also, we ourselves can also stigmatize ourselves before someone else stigmatizes us. So how do we deal with this? It's to understand that mental health conditions, just the way physical conditions, physical health conditions occur, mental health conditions also occur like that, because without the brain, the body is not going to work. And our mental health more sourced from our mind, our brain. So we need to even just normalize that there's a moment where you can just go and see a therapist. Just the way you go to check your weight, you go and check your blood sugar levels, you go and check your temperature, if it's okay. You can also go for screening for mental health conditions and see if you can get an alternative therapy. And now the fact that we maybe someone fears going to talk about it, then we have someone who can help you draw. Or someone who can help you dance it out. Or someone who can help you to listen to music. You know, there's some music you listen to and, you know, you were just washing clothes, you're listening to music, it stops and then you rewind it.
Yes.
What would make you rewind that music? It's because you connect to it. It makes you feel good or it makes you feel better. And there's some music you listen to, you cry and then it stops and you stop crying. Or there's a music you listen to, you're joyful and then when it stops, the emotion is like stopping with the emotion. So the alternative therapy would really, really help even to deal with issues concerning stigma. Maybe you fear getting into that therapy room, which is a safe space, yes. You can try out the alternative therapy and they would really be very, very helpful.
Did you talk about something like gangster points? You know, there's something I was watching. Someone sent me, a friend of mine sent me something, a meme. I think they're called memes. So it goes, the lady's typing and she's like, hi babe, hi. How come you've not talked to me, blah, blah, blah. He's like, oh, I'm with the boys. Okay. So why aren't you? Then she goes like, bye, love you. He doesn't respond. Like, why aren't you responding? Are you with ladies? They're like, no, I'm just with the boys. My gangster points will go down when I say I love you back. They will all laugh. So I'm trying to connect that with actually how men, is it the ego? Is it, I don't know, but you've talked to, you guys are talking to them out there. Men, you're being asked to let loose, you know, let loose and speak up. Speak up, you know, and the right people are here to. You said it's in February, the month of February.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about children and emotional intelligence. Does this creative therapy help them with their emotional intelligence to master their emotions in a particular way?
Yes, it does, Sally. We are in 50 schools, primary schools in Nairobi.
Wow.
And before now, because we started with the skills and the techniques first before the mental health program came in, we could see children who are very slow, children who are very resistant, children who are very, they're boiling with something. Children who are not able even to make moves or even explain what is it that they want. And as soon as we started now the activities, the children are able to pop up. They're able to pop their confidence out. They're able to pop their focus out. You get even like a report from the teacher, like, enyewe, huyu mtoto ameimprove. Why? Because what we are doing behind now the classes, or rather what we are doing outside the classes, is complementing a lot what they're doing in class. You may find a child who was not able even to speak to you, facing you one-on-one or directly.
Eye contact,
Yes, eye contact. But with a few sessions, what we've done, Sally, is that we have sandwiched mental wellness into all the skills and the techniques we are offering these children. It's just a value add. And we do it intentionally because we know these children, they also have got their traumas as children. So that again now has compelled us over time to keep a record. How is a child joining? And how is a child finishing? So we usually give what we call a narrative progressive report of a child at the end of the term. And what you see, emotional intelligence is picked up because things to do with confidence, fear, all those boils down to emotions. And we're able now to report according to what we have observed in a child. And trust you me, Sally, as a child joins in, most of them, apart from, of course, there are those who are talented naturally, apart from those who are talented naturally, you find now most of the children, the skew will always go up. Why? Because it is intentional, it is very expressive.
As we get towards the end of the show, I think we have less than 3 minutes or so, but I would want, let's not leave the kids in the rural areas out. How do you reach them?
We are doing online sessions with the kids, those who are are able to do online session.
Okay.
And we have also now, I've got a plan to go now to the rural setup.
Right.
We are going to Meru. We are going to Isiolo.
Nice.
We are starting that as our pilot case.
Okay.
Because a child is a child at the end of the day. The setup does not define a child.
Absolutely.
What defines a child is what are they experiencing, what are they going through. So at the end of the day, it is us spreading the wings all over. So we are starting with Meru and Isiolo.
Fantastic,
Yes.
fantastic. Your parting shot, Daktari, because people actually doctors, by the way. People keep calling you guys therapists Daktari. So your parting shot.
Thank you. Maybe I would tell someone out there who's really wanted to share about how they're feeling and has been going through tough moments, but they don't know how to do it, that they can try dance therapy.
Okay.
They can try art therapy. They can listen to music. And also just to assure them, just to remove this stigma of going to a therapy space means you generally not okay. Because when people hear about places like Madare, places like rehab centers, places like mental health facilities, they relate it to something very severe, but not really. This is just a space where you can open up. And if it's something severe, it's because this space was there, but this person didn't even know that it was there earlier.
Okay.
So for anyone who needs help, just visit any mental health facility. There's so many. We have government. We have us here. We can always help you. We are located in Nyayo Estate, right? Yes, you can always reach out. We can have our sessions pamoja, and we can help you out.
Fantastic.
Thank
you. Your parting shot, Karimi, as well as is journaling important? Mention that and then wrap up very briefly.
Sadly, journaling is very important because it actually helps you walk the journey of who you are.
Okay.
We actually advocate and advise people to journal anything that you feel.
Okay.
Because it will help you mark even your progress when you're trying to heal. It helps you go back and also throw a future picture of who you want to be and what you are. Because whatever you're feeling is what you are. So we actually advocate for people to journal anything that you feel you are actually going through.
Okay.
My parting shot, let us break the silence, Sandy.
Wow.
Let us break the silence and know that it's okay not to be okay. At the end of the day, if you hide it, you are the one who is suffering. Find a safe space. Look for us. We are willing to help you out. You don't have to talk.
Okay.
We shall express what we feel, but break the silence.
And we're ending it right there with an exclamation mark. Break the silence. Thank you so much, ladies. Thank you for making time. This has been an amazing conversation that actually deserves, I think it deserves a part 2 or something like that. It's been amazing. Where now Karimi can be able to dance for us, isn't it? Fantastic. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. Wow. And thank you to you as well, our dear listener and viewer, wherever you've been joining us from. Thank you so much for the feedback, the questions. We really do appreciate you. And we want to say a very big asante sana. Asante also to our partners and also the support that you've been giving us through over the years, the last 26 years. And remember, if you want to be a partner, you can send the word partner to our WhatsApp line 0786 316 316, and that is where you will be able to be guided on how to go about it. And also remember, as I mentioned earlier, our paybill number for your support is paybill number 316 316. The account name is your telephone number. We also have our cooperative bank account, and I'm sure it is right there on your screen right now, and the number is 0113 600 799 100, and that the account number shall be TBN Family Media. God bless you and keep you. See you again tomorrow on Matters Finances. Bye for now.